Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. Today we have an exciting matchup between two teams looking to perform on a big stage. It's the Eagles going up against the Cowboys. With that, let's hand it over to Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis. They've got the call of this Week 12 matchup.
Thank you, Larry. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Lone Star State and Mammoth AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas. Today, our coverage kicks off with a good one here between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Dallas Cowboys. They'll come out in the pistol. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. Give him 8 on the play, and that'll make this a second down. A good, safe pass there right off the bat.
That's almost a rhythm play. That's what we like to call it. Get them into rhythm early, something safe, something they're confident about, something they feel good. And once that's completed, then you just keep moving from there because the confidence elevates.
Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. So he loses 3 yards there. Now third down. And the offense there, the O-line, everybody really on offense, they were just manhandled at the point of it. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Third play here, this opening drive, as they're up against a 3rd and 5. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And he connects with Ertz. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. And on this first drive, looks like they want to get that vertical passing game going early.
And they did, and what a warning shot they just fired. If you're not going to back up and play coverage deep, we're going to attack you all game long. And once you adjust to that and you start to back off, then that opens things up underneath. A really nice start for them. Great way to get the game going.
And a peek at the offense. And Matthews, a guy that we have to talk about.
And Jordan Matthews, Brandon, is an anomaly. Normally, a long receiver plays outside. He likes to work out of the slot. Does a terrific job absorbing punishment and catching the football.
He'll look to throw. And this one hauled in by Will Tye. Well, we saw the practice film this week. They wanted to focus on these intermediate passing plays, and it paid off there.
And they took that focus not just to the practice field, but in the film room to show the guys exactly what they wanted, what types of looks they should expect to get, and how they would beat those coverages each and every time, and it paid off on that play.
And now here's a carry heading left. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing out second down.
So often you hear defensive coaches talk about we need all 11 on every play in order to be a good run-stopping unit. And sometimes it starts to sound a little cliche. But did you see the free safety on that play? Knifing through and running down the ball carrier. A huge, huge play. And
he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Zach Ertz, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Eagles drive right down the field and score on the opening drive. Caleb Sturgis now for the point after. He's got it, and the Eagles lead at 7-zip. Now after the touchdown, it's Sturgis to send it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And last year, that would have been a net gain of 5 on the return. This year, he stopped where he would have been if he had taken a knee, and that's at the 25. Now the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And he's brought down after a good gain. 23 yards on the play.
Good, strong, explosive run that started inside, which means you've got to control those defensive linemen, the defensive tackles, the nose guards. Those guys have to be controlled. How about the offensive line, the job they just did?
Yeah, key that A-gap usually on those runs, right?
That's where it all starts because everyone wants to kind of control that area. It disrupts things from the defensive side and the offensive side. As we just saw, it opens up possibilities.
And he is going to lose yardage here. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. Got to give some credit there defensively. They snuffed out that screen early on first down.
Really read it well, didn't they? Because they didn't bring the pressure that they expected. They covered all the passing lanes. So once you see it break down as the passer, I think in this situation, you're throwing it at the feet of your back to make sure no one picks it off, or you throw it away, throw it over the sideline. Don't try and freelance and try and make a bigger play. There's really no one else running a pattern that should be open.
Shift together here from the D-line. They'll try to run it in with Elliott. And he will take it in for a Cowboy score. Ezekiel Elliott with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Cowboys are an extra point away from tying the football game. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Eagles coming out as they get ready. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. And he's going to be marked down deep in Dallas territory. A big play there on the catch and run. 63 yards. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And that's incomplete. And now the defense for Dallas.
Calvin Pryor's exactly what you're looking for in a safety who polices the middle of the field.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Give him 4 on the ground there. They're now left with 3rd and 6.
Okay, no score on that play, but this guy's been a touchdown machine all year long. You know they trust him with the football.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And a short pickup there down to about the 9. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down. So now on is Caleb Sturgis for the Eagle field goal. From the left hash, a chip shot here.
Well, this was just simply excellent defense. On this 3rd down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stuffed them for almost no gain.
Now it's Sturgis converted on the field goal. Now he'll send this one away on the kickoff. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Back here with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. We've had the kickoff to begin the first quarter. Now it's time for the second quarter kickoff as they take over here 1st and 10. And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run.
Come on, let's go! What? Nine! Flex round! Flex round! Let's go! What?
And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be second down.
Well, that's the big drawback to this play. Even if somehow the quarterback pitches it, he's not immune to the big hit. In this case, he kept it and absorbed it anyway.
Offense needs something here on second down. It is second and long. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Now Prescott. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And down he'll go at the 25. 4 yards on the pickup, and it'll be 3rd and 10.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Here's Prescott. He's got time. Steps away to his left. Now the ball comes loose. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble.
But that was a big oops right there. But how about his ability to correct it? Loses the football, able to get it back himself.
Yeah, pounced right back on it, keeps possession. They come up in an offset eye.
Here we go!
Now a play fake here. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. They dial up the corner blitz that time, and it delivers to the tune of a 9-yard loss. 2 minutes gone by, second quarter. He'll look to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 6 yards on the pickup, and it'll be a 3rd and about 13. 3rd down now following the completed pass. Shreds the tackle. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. It'll be a gain of 4, but it won't be enough. It leaves him with a 4th down now. So on 4th down, here's Chris Jones to punt it away. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. And now the Eagles offense back out onto the field. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point?
The kicker.
Exactly. You put it through the post. That's going to help him in contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one short.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that. Super toe.
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. It's his target, the tight end, Will Tye. It's a gain of 7, and it'll bring up a 2nd down.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
Brief break in the action here. We're back to Arlington right after this timeout.
Let's go! Blue landing!
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Ertz over the middle. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. They'll get a couple yards on that one. And that is going to set up a 3rd and 1. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. They'll look to throw for it on 3rd and 1. Green Beckham has it over the middle. He'll wind up being stopped for no gain. And now a timeout called by the Cowboys defense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. That's fielded at the 8-yard line. A great return there of 22 yards. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Here's the Dallas offense now heading back out onto the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. It's grabbed over the middle by White. Call it a 3-yard gain, and that'll make it 2nd down.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
A nice pick up there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks. Then Charles, a good catch there and a 1st down.
Brandon, excellent execution. Quarterback knew where the ball had to be placed. The receiver knew where the 1st down line was.
1st down and 10 now for the offensive group. They come up in an empty set. 4 wide receivers, 1 tight end. Now Prescott. And he's got his man on the out route. It's a 9-yard pickup on the play, and that'll make it 2nd and short.
But that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
1 man in the backfield, Elliott. Here's Prescott. They'll set up the screen to Elliott. Oh, he bowls over it. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
They go play action here, and he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Kevin White with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Cowboys have retaken the lead. And that makes it 14-10. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk is a big decision here.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
It looked like they had something there, but I think that he was thinking about running with the football before he actually hauled it in, and that led to a big drop.
Defense really showing respect to the deep ball here, playing off the receivers. He's going to let this one go deep. And he's unable to grab it. Thought he might have had position, couldn't hold on, 3rd down.
And when all else fails as a defender, when you're not there in the coverage, your best friend is exactly what we saw there. A big play shot taken by the offense. Unfortunately, it ended in a big drop.
They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. On third down, he'll drop to throw. Wide open receiver complete. And he is out of bounds, getting it just shy of the 35.
Well, the advantage has certainly shifted to the defense as we began that third down play, and they found a way to foil it and pick up a first down.
Third time's a charm, right? 2 incompletions. Had to have it on third, and they got it.
Yeah, they stuck with it, weren't daunted at all, and picked it up.
Surveying the field. Going up top. And that will be incomplete with a clock down now to 13 seconds.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play. And guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? And in this case, they managed to get it done.
All right, here we go. Green. Now look at 56. Look at 56.
He'll try again with the arm here on some. And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward.
Here we go.
Out of the gun now on third down. Finding time. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And this is incomplete with a clock showing just 3 seconds left. Well, they've had a pretty frustrating first half here offensively, and that just continued there with that incompletion.
Yeah, definitely frustrating for them, but heartening for the other guys. Those stop troops, they're enjoying things right now because they've made it very difficult for them throughout the half.
And here's a very low-line drive, almost whipped on it. So we've hit halftime on Turkey Day here in Dallas. As we send you on over to Orlando, where we'll check in with Larry Ridley. He's got our EA Sports halftime report. Larry? So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. That'll be taken in the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While he gets attended to, we'll step aside. Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. They come up in an offset eye. Second half starts with a carry by Elliott. And he goes across the 20 to the 22. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
And that's exactly what you want on a first down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
On second down, Elliott. And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be third down.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
And he connects with Ebron. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
They come up in an empty set. 4 wide receivers, 1 tight end. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And Hill with it over the middle. And he's brought down. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains.
Some think the teams really won't throw a slant route unless you have a receiver that has a lot of stature to him. But sometimes the little guys, they get lost in there. People can't really locate them, and they run that quick cut on the slant, and oftentimes they can turn it into big plays.
And his throw here is incomplete.
It's a tried and true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's sensed being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. Second down now after the incompletion. Now Prescott. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
I've become a firm believer over the years that many drops happen before the ball's even snapped. When you call wide receiver screen, as we saw there, I know these guys really well. They're thinking about that play going to the end zone, and sometimes they forget to catch the football first.
So a 3rd and 10, and defensively a dime look, 6 DBs. Here's Prescott. And unable to connect on the long pass. It falls down incomplete.
I remember Philip Dorsett coming out of the University of Miami ready to hit the league. All we talked about was speed, speed, speed. Just throw it to him, and you've got a great chance at a completion, but not that time.
Not that time. They tried a deep downfield with his speed, but incomplete. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. So here are the Eagles now as they get set for their first possession of the second half. They were able to get the stop defensively. Now a chance really to set the tone here in quarter 3.
They can really take charge, can't they? And this is probably how it was drawn up at the half. I think we can go inside the locker room, all right? And I think we would see up on the grease boards, stop them defensively, get the ball back for the offense, and let's go downfield and score. Seems simple, right? The last part, we have to find out that's going to happen. But the first part worked to perfection. Did exactly what they wanted, and now their offense has to pay it off.
See if they can get the latter 50%.
Well, I think we know by now that every run is not going to be broken and get all the way to the end zone. But these short ones still have their value. You can still set up your play action and throw the football. You control the clock because you have the ball and they don't. And often the physicality sets the tempo for the game.
So second down was a run play. Now let's see what they do on third.
Let's go! 3-19! 3-19! No, check, Patriot!
They're going to look to throw. And able to complete it to Green Beckham. And they get 10 yards there and convert on third.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the first down. And that's what he just did.
They'll run with Davis. And he is going to lose yardage here. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. And yet again, this run game just continues to be completely shut off.
Completely stymied. I mean, they're trying to get some consistency, trying to find places to roam. They just haven't been there throughout this game.
Here we go! Green!
On play action, they'll throw. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. It'll be a gain of 8 yards, and that's going to lead to a third down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
And the offense in that middle ground here on third down, 3rd and 5. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
After watching him drop that slant, I can hear my old coach's voice ringing in my ears right now. You can't run with the ball until you catch it. Trying to get those rack yards before he secured it.
This will be fielded at the 17. Shrugs the tackle.
Nice.
A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
This is Elliott, and nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
And frankly, Brandon, we're talking about things I'm not sure we ever thought we'd talk about in the NFL, and a lot of that is the speed at the linebacker position. A lot of these guys in college, they were safeties. They moved them up to outside linebacker to combat the spread offenses, and now we're seeing it in the NFL. Those same guys using their speed to make plays in the backfield, similar to that one. So many offenses want to include their running backs into their passing offense and be able to swing the ball out or check it down to them. But sometimes those guys are just not as comfortable catching the ball as they are running it.
3rd and 11. And some extra depth in the secondary here. They're in the dime. Back to throw here. He's going to float this one deep right side. This is caught inside the 15. Back now here on EA Sports. It's the Cowboys with the football. They'll be looking to tack on to their lead as we get set for the 4th. They come up in an offset eye. 1st down and goal to go from the 7. Elliott. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott with his 14th touchdown of the year, 2nd of the game. And the Cowboys will extend their lead. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And last year that would have been a net gain of 5 on the return. This year he stopped where he would have been if he had taken a knee, and that's at the 25. Now a play fake here on 1st down. And he'll lay out and pull it in. What a diving catch there. It'll go as a gain of 12. And it'll be a Philadelphia 1st down. They go play action here on 1st down. He targets Jordan Matthews, and it's caught. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
In recent years, the slot receivers really gained stature in the NFL because they can do so many things. Yes, they can line up wide like your normal wide receiver, but they have that kind of courage and toughness to run routes in the middle of the field and become dependable targets for their quarterbacks and move the sticks. Those guys are worth their weight in gold.
Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. They'll look to throw here on first down. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. It's an 8-yard pickup, and it'll be a second down. Well, clearly one of his advantages as a passer is his height. Sit back in the pocket, fired over the middle. That makes things tougher defensively, doesn't it?
It really does, because your goal is to move the quarterback off his initial spot when he gets his drop back completed. But when you have that type of height, he can stay in there. If he's willing to take the hits and just fire over the top, which...
Looking to hit Matthews, but it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Zach Brown. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And out now come the Cowboys. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They may have to make a few additional changes along the way, because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out. That was a classic example of trying to run with the ball without securing the catch. He was thinking about those rack yards instead of making the catch first and then taking off.
Let's go.
From deep in their own territory, they look to throw. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. A great read, and it's picked off. And it won't be a pick 6, but he will have his guys set up at the 2-yard line. They come out here in the eye. And they'll turn to the power game to try to get in. And he's in. Front Eagles. It's the fullback. His first touchdown on the year. And the Eagles take advantage of good field position on the turnover to cash this one in. All right, now a big 2-point conversion attempt still to come. They'll try and throw for it. That's caught at the 3. And he'll get into the end zone as the 2-point conversion is successful. Now after the touchdown, it's Sturgis to send it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. So out come the Cowboys now as their offense gets set to take over. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that last mistake is the only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
And he'll be brought down right around the 37. It's a gain of 5, and it'll make it a second down. Second down, and the offense needing 5 yards. Now Prescott on the left side, a catch by White. Just a 1-yard pickup on the play, and that'll make it third down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
And the Eagles will go with an extra DB here as they prepare for a stop on third.
Thinking pass all the way.
Here's Prescott. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
Flex round. Come on, let's go. What? Flex round. Flex round. Ohio.
Back to throw again. He's got time in the pocket. He's going to float this one deep right side. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Eagles are going to take over in great field position. Here comes Eagle offense now as they get set to take over here. And they're going to need another score. Got one last time, but still down here.
When you're playing catch-up, Every possession becomes crucial, doesn't it? It's vital. Get back out on the field, punch it in the end zone again. They know it's not easy, but what they do have going for them, they did score the last time. They think they've got a good formula working.
And what about the defense?
Well, now you're just saying to yourself, okay, we gave up a score last time. What adjustments do we need to make to slow them down now and get the ball back for our own offense? Is it more pressure? Is it more zone? What do they have to do? They're trying to figure that out themselves.
We'll see if they can figure that out right here. He'll look to throw. Now they go screen. It's complete. Oh, he breaks a tackle, and he's got an alley. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A great play there. His 11th touchdown of the year. And the Eagles have moved out in front here in the fourth quarter. There are several elements to a well-executed screen pass. This one resulted in a touchdown. It had all of those elements.
Yeah, you're so right, because you really need the rush to almost get to the quarterback, almost get to the passer. Then you've got to get the ball thrown perfectly, whether it's to the running back, the wide receiver, wherever the screen guy is. And, of course, the blocking has to form in front to get him downfield for the touchdown.
Now, after the touchdown, it's Sturgis to send it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. The offense for the Cowboys now working their way back onto the field. And last time out, went for it on fourth down, turned it over, gave him great field position, turned it to 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on fourth down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence. Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
They'll look to throw here. They'll set up the screen to Elliott. And he is out of bounds on the other side of midfield. A good pickup there of 20 yards. That's what they need right now. Get the first down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
They'll look to throw. On the move to his left. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Rodney McLeod. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. They have the lead, obviously, late in the game. I guess the good news for them is if for some reason they would make a mistake, a field goal does the opposition no good.
Everyone loves to have a little bit of a cushion, and that helps you.
And now a timeout called by the Cowboys defense. It's just their first. They've got two more to use here in the final stages. Second and 11. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. Now it looks like he'll throw here. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 17 yards on the pickup there, and the drive will continue. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
Fresh set of downs here. And the play clock is going to run out here. They're in no hurry to get a play off. And And the slot man goes in motion left. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And that play is blown up, losing yardage. And now the Cowboys are going to call another timeout. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play.
Doesn't matter who you're rooting for in this game. The effort of the man with the football, getting away from one and trying to turn forward and get some yardage, I really liked what he did there.
And they'll go ground game here with the tailback. And there just continues to be nowhere to run. He's bottled up again at the line of scrimmage. Well, that was better than the first go-around when he lost yardage, but still nothing there, and that sets up a third and long. Tough spot here.
Put it mildly. Sometimes I wonder if some of that old-school football should come back into play. You know what I would think here? Quick kick. Try and change field position, help out your team.
And on third down, the Cowboys bring in an extra defensive back. And they'll send the slot in motion left. And on the ground they go with the running back. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. And a timeout here. Timeout taken, whistles blown. Timeout taken by the receiving team. It'll be their third and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. And the fair catch is taken at about the 13-yard line here. A big kick that time, 52 yards. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before we hit triple zeros. And some changes here as the D-line separates some. One final shot. They'll look to throw. That's complete to White. And he'll get it up here this time to the 21. Well, going into the final play of this game.
Show me what you like. Hey, I put money, I can match it for ya. I'm in this in all white fit, looking like a brick and all them zippers on a jacket on ya. He got a thing for a Latin. He wanna hear a little Spanish in it. I told him it ain't practice it. I'm about to fill you up with Spanish. Walk up with the click and I ain't looking like the side in this. I'm the opposite cause I'm the main event in boxing and it has the time been ticking. I've been out here playing my position. I'm about to get it now. Ain't no one about to block the hit cause someday I'm gonna someone tell me I'm somewhere doing alright. Somewhere somebody that somebody that one day will be the love of my life, but not tonight though. Hey, I'm only here for a minute. Bet you want a girl to keep it independent, and I know you gotta like a girl that's this appealing. Get you caught up in the moment, then I'll get you in your feelings. Tell your boys that you gon' meet them later on. Both of us are so taxi, leave the meter on. First time you out in Cali, never tried no this strong, so you gon' have some stories to tell when you take it back home and tell them one time, Snowy always showed you what it's like. Leave you sleepy like the call the umpire. Get you out and get you rolling, get you gotta go. I got a flight up in the morning on someday, someone tell me I'm somewhere doing alright. Somewhere somebody that somebody that one day will be the love of my life, but not tonight though. He trying to catch me in my feelings, but he don't know that I'm the though. Shout out to my that can get it independent and he look